I'm Christina, otherwise known as C.G. Lewis. I'm an author and coach, and I host retreats. And my goal is to help women leaders to learn to live with intention and lead with purpose. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, I am going to be talking about the first tea and toast. So we are kicking off our celebration challenge for the month of September. It is the Toast Yourself month. This is what we are doing. And in the spirit of that, we're going to be talking about treasure. And before we get there, I'm going to do a quick little recap about why we're here and what we're doing. So, we're always taught to, I'll tell a story first. I remember it's maybe like 8 years ago, I got a promotion to a different level. I was in a corporate environment, and a few things were happening. One, when I got this promotion, I told a colleague of mine, colleague. And I was like, hey, that role? I was like, I got it. I was promoted. And I was like really excited because I thought we were cool. And she says, why'd they give it to you? And I said, lady, I have to be careful not to say her name on YouTube. I said, lady, what? Oh, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like, I knew some other people that were. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna give y'all that look. So that was one thing that happened. Another thing that happened was this. Um, I told another friend that did not work with me, and she is a sister in faith. That's how I'm gonna say it. And I was talking to her, and I said, you know what, Linda, I'm gonna call her Linda. Her name is not Linda, but I'm gonna call her that. I said, I'm actually really happy. And I've put in a lot of work and I really deserve this. And she says, well, make sure you stay humble. Don't get too haughty because, God calls us to be humble. I'm going to give you another look. Y'all know. Yeah, y'all know right there. And so here's the deal. The reason I told those two stories about that one time in my life where I absolutely could have been celebrating, but you had haters, is that this shows how so many times we are conditioned and encouraged to not really celebrate ourselves. We're encouraged to be deferential. We are encouraged to really put the focus on someone else, especially if you're like a person of faith, right? Like I was born and raised in the church, and I know the word, but like I also know the word. And let me tell you something about those Old Testament churches, not Old Testament churches, the Old Testament folks. They were some celebrating people. How many celebrations do you see in the Old Testament, right? Don't get me started. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. My point is that people always want to, a lot of times they are projecting. And my therapist said this recently. She said, sometimes when people are projecting or they're dismissive or they are diminishing your feelings or thoughts, it's because they don't have capacity to hold space for you. Okay. And that was a nice way of saying they can handle it. But let's go back with what my therapist said. They don't necessarily have capacity to hold space for you. You can't internalize that. So what we're doing this month is we are flipping the script on that. We're flipping the script on this culture of non-celebrating unless it's a big deal. Look, you should celebrate that you woke up this morning. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about how to treasure, how to treasure. And I'm going to start with that same situation. I also had a set of family, not just family. I'm going to talk about my friends that were in my community, my squad that was here in the Bay Area with me. They helped me to celebrate. I mean, they were in different parts of the Bay. They came in. We had a wonderful, wonderful celebration. I have pictures of that celebration and it was impromptu, but this was my crew, right? I told you I don't want to call them haters. They just didn't have capacity for it because I don't think they're bad people. However, in that moment, it wasn't what I needed. And it wasn't really called for, but they just didn't have capacity for that. My squad, though, these are the people that I treasure. Why? Because they showed up. It wasn't, and I'm like, hey, it's not about me. I had a friend that's like, hey, girl, you're going to be at this level. Before you turn 50, you're going to do this. People were like speaking into my life. And I believe that these people really had my best interests at heart. These are people that I celebrate when good things are happening for them as well. And I treasure my squad. So, when we talk about treasure, which is the first T in toast, and I'm getting back there. Let me make sure that I'm looking over here. Yeah. So when we are talking about treasuring, we are talking about the people, we're talking about the memories, the experiences that really hold special meaning in our lives. These are things that light us up. They remind us of who we are. So today, we're going to take a moment to reflect on things that you truly treasure. It could be a loved one or a special place or even a memory that really makes your heart smile. Okay. So right now, I want you to take a moment and write down 3 things that you treasure and why they mean so much to you. As you're thinking about this, it takes more than the moment that I just gave you. But write it down. As I'm talking through this, like as you're thinking through it, just write down a couple of things. And we always want to remember that the things that we treasure are often the things that bring us the most joy and fulfillment. And by recognizing and celebrating them, we are not just appreciating the good in our own lives, but inviting more good into our lives. Okay. So celebration invites more. So today I'm going to encourage you to embrace those things that you treasure. So we're starting this challenge with a heart full of gratitude for all of the beautiful moments and all the beautiful connections that exist in our lives. So I want you to again look in the comment section, get the link to your Toast Bingo card, and you'll see a list of items for ways that you can treasure yourself this month. Okay. So five things are listed on the card. There are other ways, but we're going to do these 5 things on the card. You're going to list 3 things you can treasure about yourself. You're going to reflect on a special keepsake, share a treasured memory, and last but not least is spend time with someone that you treasure. Now, each of these activities is designed to help you recognize and celebrate the treasures in your life. Now, before we go, I want you to take a moment to reflect on this question. I talked about it before, but what are the 3 things in your life that you truly treasure and why? I also want you to consider how these things or these people or experiences add value and meaning to your daily life. Spend 5 minutes and think about it. Write it down. And then let's commit to celebrating the treasures in our lives. All right? So we're going to treasure every moment together. And I will see you soon for the next letter in our toast. Until then, continue to celebrate and have a good day.